So first things first, you're gonna want to go in with a Milani Dip Brow. I don't really know what it's called. I just know that it's a pomade. And then you're gonna use your angled brush. I first like to brush out my eyebrow hairs. They're super like thick. Like my eyebrow hairs are like really thick. So I wish I could get them like super slicked down and not look like they're 3D. But I just work on the end. I kind of just fill in those spaces that doesn't have any hair on them, which is quite a few, honestly. Definitely towards the end I have like more of those filler spaces, so I make sure to get those spots. And then I kind of just follow my natural brow shape, and then the remaining excess I just kind of go like this, and then I'll just brush again. I like to keep my eyebrow looking really natural, like so this is what it looks like before and then after. I think it makes a huge difference. You're gonna want to do the same thing to the other eyebrow. I try my best to keep them like looking the same, but it's okay. We all have good brow days and bad brow days, so yeah. And it doesn't take too long to do this, and it's not super like clean and precise, because either way you're gonna want to brush it out and really see if you missed any spot. And the same thing, you just use the remainder, do it on the beginning of your eyebrow. And then I'm gonna go in with the elf, this is like the duo clear brow and lash, but the thing is this is such a rip-off because there's such little product in here. It works. So, and it was really cheap too. This was like $3 I think at Walmart. And this is what it's looking like so far. Once you're done with your eyebrows, it should look something like this. And then you're gonna moisturize. What I use for underneath my eyes. I just go straight like this. And this part is always more dry than my other parts of my face. I usually do this part when I know I'm gonna put on under eye concealer, which I think I'm gonna do today. To actually moisturize my face, I'm gonna use the Laneige water sleeping mask. Use any moisturizer that you normally use. And then I go in with my facial serum. This is the one from Gwen Stefani, and I believe I also bought this one from either TJ Maxx or Marshalls. And yeah, it really does do a great job on, hopefully it doesn't separate my makeup actually, because I don't ever mix these two together. So, but I just really want it to be like more dewy, so let's hope that it actually helps with the dewiness part and not separate my makeup. So I think I might actually have to let this one sit even longer. And then I go in with my Milani cream blush. This one is in shade Cheek Kiss, and then I use this Real Techniques dupe that I bought from Shein. And then after I moisturize my face, I like to go in straight with my blush. I kind of been trying out this technique of like underpainting, I believe. And it's where you put your cream powder, no, it's where you put your cream products and stuff underneath, and then you put like your concealer and stuff on top, just because it makes it look more seamless. And I feel like it's been really like helping with my makeup not looking like cakey. So I kind of just been layering my cream products as I go, and you can go a little crazy with this. Like I know it might look like a lot of blush, but I'm gonna conceal it over with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And I like how this blush gives you such a nice like glow. I don't know if you guys can tell. Yes, it looks crazy. And then I'm gonna go in with my LYS bronzer stick. I believe I bought this one from, yeah, no, I definitely bought this one. I bought this one from Sephora, and for it to be only $20, it's so good. It's so good, so creamy, really pigmented, and just really blendable, and also buildable, which is always lovely. So that's the spots that I've been putting it on. I just put it 2 on my forehead, and then kind of like above my cheekbone. And then I'll go in liquid bronzer and contour duo brush from e.l.f. and then I'll just use the more like fluffier side just to blend out that bronzer, just like that. You guys see how easy it is to blend? And you see what I mean by like underpainting? Like you're kind of just putting in all of those cream products underneath, and then you're pretty much going to conceal it over with your concealer, so it'll actually like show up. Because you know, like when you do things like the opposite. So like let's say you put on your concealer and then you put on like your blush and stuff, like they kind of tend to disappear, especially for me. Like my blush like tends to disappear, same thing with like my bronzer. So this kind of just helps with making it show and seeing it like more noticeable through the makeup. And then I like to go in with the NYX Wander Stick. This one is in shade medium. And then I already finished like the bronzer side of it. It's so good. I love the shade on this stick for the bronzer. It's so good. I love how buildable and creamy it also is as well. And for the price point, it's not bad. But I've been using their highlighter side because that one takes me a lot more longer to like finish. Because I don't really put a whole lot. I like to put it on these two sides, right where I put my bronzer. And then I'll also go in with the highlighter also on my nose too, because it kind of shows me like where I'm gonna put my nose contour. So it kind of gives me a nice little outline of where I'm gonna place it. It's okay if it's a little messy. I just kind of tap it on. You see how I like brought back like so much more like dewiness to the face just by adding that. Feel free to put on as much as you like. I know some people would like it more like subtle, but once I put my concealer on, like I just know it's gonna cover a lot of it, so I just want to put more so I can still show up. I'm gonna go in with my Really Dirty Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer by Too Faced. I love this concealer so much. I just don't like the applicator. It's super messy, but the product itself is amazing. Has really good coverage, really buildable, and it always just does the job, you know. And now one of my favorite parts is the liquid eyeliner, and also the scariest part too, because it's so hard to get it even. But I used the e.l.f. one. It came in a 2-pack, and I believe it was like $5 from Ulta. And it's really helpful when you have a mirror and you're looking down, because when you're going like this, I tend to make it super uneven. So this is what helps me. I have a little like mirror over here. So you're just gonna look down and then kind of follow your lash line. So this is what it looks like when I just kind of dragged it straight across instead of doing like my higher wing. And then now I'm gonna try to replicate that to my other eye. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with my Essence Lash Princess. This one is in the Sculpted Volume Mascara. This one is the Sculpted Volume Mascara, and it's like the purple one. Honestly, I don't really have a lot of lashes, and they used to be super long, but when you start wearing lashes, I swear they just like rip them off. So now I'm just using whatever I have left. Recommend me some lashes because I really want to bring back my lashes to life. I'm gonna start wearing like mascara too and give my eyebrows a break, but we'll see how that goes because I love my lashes. Okay, and then you guys noticed how I only put my concealer like right here. That's because I leave this space for something that's like more of my skin tone, just to help with it carving out that bronzer that we just put on. This one is the Fenty. This is the Fenty Beauty, what's it called? It's like their skin tint or eavesdrop in shade 10. So this is what I use. It feels really nice on the skin. Like it does not feel heavy. It doesn't feel like cakey, especially if you primed, especially if you put on some sort of like serum. Like it's gonna feel really nice on the skin. It feels like you have nothing on really. I kind of just like to blend it down too. And then for nose contour, I like to go in with my Patrick Ta. It says it's the one. Ooh, it's the She Sculpted one, and it looks like this. And I just use like a normal little fluffy brush, and I'll just go in. Now it should look something like this, and I'll just go in with my fingers just to lighten it up. Cute little button nose. And then I have to go in with a gel black eyeliner, and then I'll just go in over, and then I'll kind of just like line the same part that I put the liquid eyeliner, just to make it more darker and then to help with the longevity of it as well. And then you'll take your concealer and you'll just pop on a little bit underneath the eye, just like that. And then I'll take a beauty blender just to blend it out. Ooh, I look crazy. And then I like to put a little bit more right in the middle, or more like towards the center, just to make it be more brighter. And then I'm gonna go in with my lash glue. This one is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. I believe this is the clear one, and this is the clear one. And I'm just gonna go straight to where I put my liner. I find that a little bit easier for applying lashes, just because you kind of just pop it on once it's tacky, which I'll show you guys how you'll know when your adhesive is ready for you to put on your lash. So you guys see how it looks like super like freshly put on. I'll show you guys how it looks like once you know it's like fully tacky. Ooh, I looked weird for a second. I looked like crazy. Wait, I think it's because I've been staring at this light for too long. And then to kind of just carve out my jaw, I'm gonna be using the Sephora contour stick. I'm just gonna put a little bit right over here, and then we're gonna use that same brush, but this time the contour side. And then once you see that your glue looks more like this, and then once your lash glue is more tacky, you're just gonna pop on your preferred lash. I am using this one right here. I bought it from Amazon. And then you're gonna wanna like bend the lash band a little bit, just so then it's like easier to put on the eye. And then you're gonna do the same thing with the other lash band. So then you're gonna have something like this. It's already looking so good. And then I go in just to blend out the under eye concealer, just because remember how we did not set it. So now we're gonna go in just to blend it out so that we can set it so it won't crease as much, or hopefully at all. Then we're gonna use the Huda Beauty in Peach Pie. I love this stuff. Like, this is probably like maybe like my third or fourth bottle. Why did I say bottle? My third or fourth, or I don't know. My third or fourth of literally of that same type of powder. It's so good, and it really does help with it not creasing insanely bad. You're gonna want to make sure that you are seeing no creases before you put on your powder, because if you see that there's already crease and you're putting on top and they're gonna put powder on top, like, I just don't think it's like gonna be as effective. So go in with your powder and just press it down when you see that there's no creases, and kind of like look up and kind of just like evenly distribute it down, because even though it might look a little bit dry, we're gonna put setting spray over it. It's gonna look better. I never really put cream on my nose for my nose contour. I could just use powder, so I like to go in with the nose powder again, just on all those areas that just got brushed off. And then same thing with the highlighter. And then same thing with the highlight. Okay, and then now we're gonna go in with our setting spray. This one is the Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Misting Spray. It's the Ultra Matte Finish with aloe and vitamin E. I love this stuff too. This is like my third bottle, and it's really affordable too. It's like $16, and I feel it performs, if not better than, my Charlotte Tilbury. And I finished it because of how expensive it is, so I'm like, yeah, I definitely have to finish it, but I probably would not repurchase that. I would most likely just repurchase my Revolution. Okay, and then I'm gonna be taking in my one size. This one is in Cheek Clapper. It's like a beautiful pink with like, it has the powder, the shimmery pink one, and then the cream. And I mostly just use the powder, and then I'll just go over my previous blush to give it more of that like baby doll look. And then for bronzer, I'm just gonna take the same Patrick Ta in shade She Sculpted, and I'm also gonna go in wherever I put my bronzer. So it'll be like my forehead, my cheeks, temples, my nose. And then I'm gonna be taking like a little freckle thing. This one I got from She Glam. They don't sell this one anymore. It got reformulated, so now it looks like this. And I love this shade though. Like, most likely it's expired, but it's their Freck Please Freckle Tint. And then I'll put one right over here on the other side, two on my nose, and then one up here where I already have. I'm just like going over it. And then I'm gonna go in with this Ulta Beauty Automatic Eyeliner. This one is in shade Matte Brown. And I like to go in right here in my tear duct, and I'll just go like back and forth just to create more of that like almond shape. And can you guys see a difference that this makes? I don't know. I just think it like emphasizes more of like the eye shape. And then also do the top waterline as well. So I'm gonna be taking in the Doll Aesthetic lip liner in shade Cocoa Doll. And then this will be my base. And my lips are like insanely crusty right now. That's like insane. And then I do kind of overline my lips. So you guys don't have to do that if you're not into that. But if you are, and this will be my base to the lip combo. And then I am going to do my Cupid's bow. Sometimes I go over the Cupid's bow, but today I'm going to keep it. For this part, I don't necessarily like overline, but I just outline my lip shape. And then I'll kind of go in and I'll fill in the spots, but not too low because we're still going to be putting in some color right in the center. So just kind of a little bit. These lip liners are super creamy, but they won't slip and slide on you. Like, they are the perfect consistency. So if you guys haven't tried these, what are you doing? It's available on Amazon and it comes in a set of 4. So just look up Doll Aesthetic lip liner set. It's gonna be in a beautiful pink box. You'll see it, you won't miss it. And then I'm just gonna go like this, just like that. So you see how I didn't like drag it all the way down? And then after, we're gonna be using the Makeup Forever Endless Cacao, and we're just gonna go over that. So it should look something like this, and then I'm just gonna use my finger to blend it, but you're not gonna drag it down, if that makes sense. Like, you're just gonna go over it, but you're not dragging it down because you still want that space in the middle. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna take the NYX Butter Gloss. This one is in shade Creme Brulee, and then this is where we're gonna put it right in the center. And this is kind of what's gonna make it more like that cool toned pinky look, just right in the center here, but not too much because you don't want to like overpower the pink. And then you're going to want to go back in with your Cocoa Doll, kind of blend it together. You're going to take the Essence Extra Shine in shade Summer Punch. You're going to go right over it, and then that's how you get this beautiful pinky cool toned brown lip combo. And this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.